That's right. This is 1700 Home. My name is Victoria, and today we have a super exciting interview for you. The artist that will be joining me today is a hip hop MC from New South Wales that has been rapping since the early age of 14. If that isn't impressive enough, he's also worked with Nerve and Chillin' It. He's a name to remember in the Aussie hip hop scene because he's doing amazing things. It is my pleasure to introduce JK-47. How are you today?
What up? Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah, we do good.
That's very good. Well, I've seen you've released 2 singles this year despite everything that's been going on in the world. Can you explain how this year has been for you as an artist?
Well, it's been like good. Apart from like the music stuff, I got married and had a baby about mid-June. So he's doing good. He's 6 weeks. And yeah, just looking forward to sharing my music with you. Got an album coming out, so that'll be up soon. But yeah, just doing the dad thing, working, being a husband and that. Yeah.
Wow, so this year's been amazing for you, both personally and professionally, because I even saw that you won you were the recipient of the 2020 Triple J Unearthed National Indigenous Music Award. So how does it feel to be honored in this way whilst you've had all this other amazing things going on in your personal life?
Yeah, it's, it's a big honor. Like, I know how big of a deal that is, not in the past because I haven't really followed, the scene and stuff. I've just tried to stick to what I've been doing and just had my mind on my own stuff. But yeah, it's really cool. When they called me up and told me I was going to be the winner, yeah, I was stoked. So happy that's happening. That'll be broadcasted on NITV and Double J next Saturday. So yeah, looking forward to that. And yeah, just really great.
Yeah, for sure. Well, congratulations on that. And especially getting married, having a child. There's so many amazing things. And the releases of your singles as well. There's been so much going on. And I was listening to one of your singles, The Recipe, which gave me serious 90s, 80s hip hop, rap vibes. Is that the type of music that first got you into this scene?
Yeah, I was a big fan of like Tupac and just good good vibes, bumping hip hop, wordplay and stuff like that. I was into when I was coming up, first wanting to be a rapper like 50 Cent and all those rappers. But I realized that it's more than just what they rap about, what the American artists rap about, because that's where you get your hip hop influence from, usually from America, and they rap about the money and everything like that. But I've just come to grips with the fact that you got to be a voice. If you are a voice that's putting music out and speaking for something, it may as well be something worth speaking about and talking about. So I try to touch on those things with my music. But obviously you got to have songs like The Recipe just to show people you're not messing around, that you that you got it as an MC, as a kind of flex. But yeah, it's not really all about the flex. Sometimes you got to do it all the best of the artists do it, like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar and everyone like that. They got to flex sometimes, but then they step outside of that and hit you with the real stuff. And that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I plan to do with my music, Because as you know, I got The Recipe, but also got my latest single out called I'm Here, Trust Me, which is touching on the issues around black deaths in custody and Indigenous people dying behind bars and at the hands of the police and the justice system, which was meant to be there to protect us and protect people when they're killing people. So it's not really adding up. So you gotta I gotta speak about that there because me being an Indigenous person myself, I feel like I have to say something rather than just watch it happen and see it going on and not say anything. Like, I feel obliged to, speak on that matter. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Eh?
Yeah, for sure. And I think all the artists you touched on there, they do exactly what you're describing so perfectly. You've got J. Cole or even earlier Tupac and everything like that, who, like you said, showed what they can do in the way of like raising their voice and talking about important matters, but they can also just show their talent in other tracks as well. And especially with your track, I Am Here, firstly, even just the artwork that you use for it is so powerful and says a lot without even having to listen to the song. How was the response when you first released it?
Yeah, everyone liked it, like all my like followers that like know me and like stand for something like the same things I stand for. They all took to it and that, but I think there's a lot of like the population that doesn't want to hear that type of stuff because like anybody, you don't want to confront the things that like cause you to like uh you know um cause you to question yourself and like question what you're doing wrong because no one wants to be wrong these days, like so I guess you got those people that don't want to hear that stuff, but if you're trying to like grow like yourself as like a person and be better than you were yesterday, then that's what you do. Like, you confront those things that are happening around you and try and make the situation better and be part of the solution, I guess. But yeah, most of my followers they they liked it, they were digging what I was putting out and felt it. And I think it serves a bigger purpose than just like likes or like follows or anything like that. Like I have to put it out there for like, so people are aware of the stuff that I'm talking about, whether they like it or not. Just like listen and acknowledge these facts that I'm putting down. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's so important, especially if you have a voice, to use it. And even if people don't necessarily want to be confronted with that, I think it's so important that you are doing that and just spreading awareness. Even if, like I said, there are people who don't want to see it on people who do, like your followers, what's the message you want them to take?
I guess it's just about like understanding, like, I mean, you don't really like understand what it's like to be another person until you hear how they live and like kind of walk in their shoes, but you can never really walk in their shoes if you don't go through the same stuff that they go through. So even if they listen to the track and try to picture that, like living it and enduring it is like 100 times worse, So I guess it's just about trying to portray like, like pain and like the pain and the suffering that like people enjoy, like me, like, like I put my pain and stuff on the track for people to like feel and like relate to because everyone has their like own pains and own issues and struggles they go through, and hopefully like they can relate and draw strength from that and like just be able to vibe out to it, like when you put a song on in the car and you're feeling some type of way, you just want to listen to that song and it helps you get through the day. So that's kind of like just what I want to do, like I said on my live stream the other day that the music that I'm putting out like isn't really for me. Like, yeah, it's like gonna like try and make me money and stuff like that and all that, but at the end of the day, if that's what I'm trying to do, then I'll lose sight of like what like I really want to do as an artist, which is make music for the people. And if it's not for the people, if it's only for me, then like after I got the money in my bank account and like everything's like paid and said and done, like what's really connected me to my fans and the people that are listening, like there's nothing really there if I don't do it for them, for like, the listeners and stuff. So I guess that's like the main gist of it, you know. Like, I just want to let people know that, like, you know, this is for you. Like, this song's for you. And if the song's for something else, like this song's about this, and listen to it and like hear what I have to say about it. And if you're none the wiser, I hope you learn from, like, you know, the songs and the issues that I talk about. And, you know, hit me up on my Insta if you want to like ask about stuff or something like that. Like, that's what I hope fans will listen to and hear and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's such a like beautiful way you describe your music journey and how you want to make music and why you want to do it. And I think it really shows how your goal is just to be there for the people, and even just offering to have, you know, your Instagram there for people who need it. I think that's just such a great story to have for an artist. And speaking of your music, you did mention you're going to have an album dropping soon. Can you give us a bit of the DL about this album? What are your favorite tracks? What can we expect?
Well, the first two tracks are out. The first two singles I dropped off the album. So that's Recipe and I'm Here. And I got 8 more, so it's like 10-track album. And it's dropping 4th of September. I was going to drop it next week on Friday, but some stuff happened, some issues come up with distribution and stuff like that. So we're going to drop it in like a month. Give me some time to get everything together and make it all sweet. But yeah, that's coming. I think the majority of the album is just like, you know, speaking on like issues that matter to me and like trying to be as real as I can on the tracks. But obviously you've got like songs like Recipe, and I got another song called Guess Again, which is a pretty big like banger in like my eyes, like just, you know, head nodding and stuff. But yeah, I guess the majority of it is like just me trying to be as real as I can, and just sorting out who I am, like in the album, I guess. Because if you're rapping about like yourself and just like things that don't really matter, I guess you don't really like deal with the problems that you have. But if you rap about like you know, your problems and like your issues that you go through and other people's issues that they go through, if you put that in there and stuff like that, you kind of like venting about it, and you're like, you know, letting it out. And then at the end of the day, like, you don't feel the need to like, you know, like whine about your problems anymore, you know, like I don't feel that need to like talk about myself and the stuff that I go through, because I've already put it down on the track. But yeah, I guess that's just my way of like, you know, like personal like therapy for myself. Like, I guess that's what like my music is, when I start to get real with myself on tracks and stuff like that. Is just me sorting out my stuff, and that way being able to like communicate better with people and not always like thinking about myself, because I've been like rapping about like my issues, so I don't have to like let all my issues go on anybody else. I can just put them on the track, and like everyone can hear it and hopefully like relate. And yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's such a nice way to put it, that it's like your personal therapy, because I'm sure when people are listening to your music as well, they'll probably relate to it in some sort of way, and it could be a therapy for them too. So it's a really interesting relationship that can go on between an artist and a person just listening to the songs. And if I'm correct, the release date of that is September 4th.
Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. And before we wrap up, can you tell all of our wonderful viewers where they can find more of your music, when they can, where they can find your latest releases, especially your album that's going to be dropping on September 4th?
Well, it's dropping on all platforms. Yeah, like Spotify, iTunes, all that. There's my latest release is up already. I'm Here and Recipe on all the platforms and on YouTube and stuff. Got some content on my Instagram, just some like rap videos and stuff that I put up, just like little verses and bars here and there. So if they want to check out that music, they can check out like my Instagram and stuff. But yeah, there's a whole album to come in a month's time, and yeah, I'm keen to share it with you. I think it'll be good.
For sure. So before we leave as well, what would be 3 words you'd use to describe this album?
I'd say real, banging, and hopefully inspirational.
Yeah, I like that. And I'm sure all of our viewers are really keen to listen to this as well. So thank you so much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you, JK-47. And I wish you all the best with your releases, everything that comes your way. It seems like this has been a great year for you, and I can only imagine it's going to get better.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, 17. Is it 1700?
Yeah, 1700.
That's it.
Perfect.
Cheers.